Metta, loving kindness, the proactive cultivation of unconditional goodwill towards all beings. Karuna, compassion, the active desire and effort to alleviate the suffering of others, emerging from the foundation of metta. Personal conduct, the external expression and application of metta and karuna through one's actions and behaviors. In the context of interplay, metta, B, fosters an internal wellspring that, when integrated with karuna, C, naturally and dynamically influences personal conduct, A. This ongoing interaction suggests that the nurturing of loving kindness and compassion is not static, but continually evolves and refines personal actions, fostering a cycle of ethical and empathetic growth. Lack of personal conduct reflecting metta and karuna. This represents a disconnection or inconsistency between internal states and external actions. Absence of karuna, compassion, signifies a missing element in the aspiration or capacity to reduce others' suffering. Absence of metta, loving kindness, indicates a fundamental shortfall in goodwill and benevolence. In the rupture framework, the absence of metta, B, precipitates a lack of karuna, C, which subsequently leads to a deficiency in personal conduct, A, reflective of these qualities. This chain highlights how the absence of foundational internal states can disrupt the outward manifestation of compassionate and ethical behavior. Perception of self, the conventional understanding of an individual self, often entangled in subjective and illusory notions. Anatta, non-self, the Buddhist realization that there is no permanent, unchanging self, disrupting conventional self-perceptions. Insight, the deep understanding and wisdom that emerge from comprehending anatta. In synthesis, the ordinary perception of self, A, leads one towards the investigation and eventual realization of anatta, C, which in turn gives rise to profound insight, B. This progression illustrates a transformative journey from superficial self-perceptions to a profound spiritual awakening and wisdom. Lack of insight into anatta. This indicates an inability or failure to grasp the concept of non-self. Misunderstanding of anatta, non-self, represents misconceptions or ignorance about the absence of a permanent self. Flawed perception of self, the clinging to a false, enduring concept of self. In the collapse framework, the lack of insight into anatta, B, is indicative of a misunderstanding of anatta, C, which reinforces a flawed perception of self, A. This sequence underscores the pivotal role of correct understanding in Buddhist practice, highlighting how misconceptions can lead one away from the path to enlightenment.